And welcome to the Rope Shoot Podcast, the place to be for your wrestling needs. I am Victor Slick.
And I am Bunny Von Terror. Good afternoon, good evening. How's it going, America and other places in the globe?
Anyway, we got some stuff for you today. We got some good news. And also, we also got, of course, our usual Raw and SmackDown recap with I can't say infamous grading system because we just introduced it last week. So,
it'll be infamous in no time.
so that's right. We have some news for you this week, and we also have, like I said, our recap. So, Bunny is going to be taking care of our recap for today. So, we're going to start off with Raw. So, Bunny, tell me what happened on Raw May 29th.
Man. May 29th, 2017, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't speak English, I apologize. All right. Well, first off, it was Memorial Day, so they had a beautiful opening. It was actually really well done. But who else would narrate this? Take one guess. Who narrated this beautiful thing?
I am not sure, but hold on. I think I should have prepared for this, but
just take one wild guess. One wild guess.
Who would have? Who?
John Cena!
Yep. Yes, his name is John Cena. He did, in fact, narrate that entire opening.
Okay.
Can't even with you right now. But yes, John Cena narrated the beginning. It was a beautiful tribute to our troops who have served and have also given their lives to help make America great.
Yes.
After that beautiful montage of everything, it shows the inside of the crowd and everybody's chanting USA, USA. And then we have the opening credits.
Too bad they weren't chanting. Too bad they weren't chanting.
And his name is John Cena!
Oh, yeah. But what a way to start off Raw. Beautiful segment, and then we go right into Ms. TV. Oh, joy. On Ms. TV, it was basically a recap of Samson and Ambrose's match from last week, basically saying, oh, well, if it happens this Sunday, Dean Ambrose is in fact going to lose the Intercontinental Championship. And then special guest for Ms. TV this week was none other than Cesaro and Sheamus. Oh, joy. And, of course...
Oh, since we started with the Ms. TV.
Awesome!
Yes.
Yes, we're going to be incorporating sound effects pretty soon until I start getting them. I think I just get these... I think I should get these ideas... Not while we're having...
Right?
That's
what
just
I
me.
mind.
Yeah,
that's what I mind.
But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus.
But yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus gearing up for their match this Sunday, Extreme Rules, with the Hardy Boys. It's a steel cage match. Ooh. And as soon as they said Hardy Boys, there's a huge pop for the Hardy Boys. And who interrupts Ms. TV? None other than our beautiful Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. And of course the crowd goes nuts because Dean Ambrose is on fire lately. The rivalry of Miz is great. And then the Hardys join Mr. Ambrose. And then mayhem ensues because they jump in ring and start beating the shit out of each other. A great pairing between the Hardys and Ambrose. I think their fighting styles are very similar because they're that rough and rowdy, gonna kick your ass in the backyard while drinking a beer in one hand kind of fighter. For the grade on this, I gave it a B- for the New Day. You know, give them a New Day. Pros on this: Ambrose and Hardy's are a natural combination. Sheamus saves Cesaro from his terrible mic skills. Miz is still a great heel and is breaking the fourth wall and voicing what fans are thinking about Dean Ambrose being the IC champ. Cons are obviously Cesaro's mic skills are lackluster and Miz is still a coward.
Mm-hmm.
And then up next after that, it was like immediately following that, there was a commercial break, a cut for commercial. We came back for a six-man tag match between the Hardys and Ambrose versus Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus. Good lord, I can't. Vic, I think your non-English is rubbing off on me. My tongue is tied.
Oh my God. I'm
It
sorry. I'm sorry.
It was a very impromptu match by our that was made by our beautiful GM, the bald one, Kurt Angle. Booker T was really defending Miz on this. I'm not sure if they're trying to make Booker T into kind of like a color commentator, kind of like JBL has or was. Ambrose can still move. He looks a little winded. I don't know if he's been partying too much with his new wife or whatnot on the off days. The Hardys look phenomenal. I mean, come on now. They're almost old enough to be like that creepy uncle that stalks you at the family reunion and thinks you're hot.
God.
And Ambrose and Hardy's dream pairing, since their styles are similar. Hardy's and Ambrose obviously pick up the win on that one. I gave that one an A-, which is our Sting grade. Woo! Pros on this match: Hardy's look fantastic. Our pair with Ambrose's reckless abandon is his style. Sheamus and Cesaro are ready for Sunday. I think it's going to be a hell of a match between those two teams.
Yep.
Miz didn't use... Here's a good one. Miz didn't use Maurice as a shield in this match. Bravo, motherfucker.
Finally. But she was there ringside.
Yeah, she was there ringside, and she didn't interfere.
Oh, wow.
And then the cons were Dean looked a tad sluggish, and Miz's spots were kind of boring when he was wrestling. And then we move on to a promo with Kurt Angle and Corey Graves. So Corey Graves, as you know, is one of the commentators.
Right.
He randomly starts getting messages on his phone, gets up and leaves, and then it cuts to, and Corey Graves and Kurt Angle has a rumor and no one is talking about. The promo, it was really, really weak. I gave it a D-, which is our League of Nations promo. The pros are, what is the rumor? I'd like to know this.
Mm-hmm.
And the cons are Corey Graves still stay to the comms table. You're a better shot caller than you are an on-screen personality, and that's somebody who has been commentating on Second Life Wrestling for quite a while now.
If anybody doesn't know what Second Life is, we can't get into detail right now.
It'll be in the links down below.
Yes.
And next up, we have Elias Sampson versus Zach Evans. Random jobber. Didn't even give him an intro.
Oh, we're going back to that again, huh?
I know, right? All right.
Because I remember in the 80s and 90s they used to do that. It's like they bring in the star and they used to have the jobber. That's actually
how James Ellsworth got his start. Was he jobbed against Braun Strowman, and now look at the atrocity we've got on SmackDown.
I mean, he was fine for a while, and then they turned him heel. That's when it went all downhill.
The minute he backstabbed Dean Ambrose is the minute his career went into the toilet, because you don't do that to Dean Ambrose, just saying. Yeah. But then again, Seth Rollins did the same thing, and he's doing pretty well for himself, so you never know. It's hit or miss. Mm-hmm. But Elias singing about his match last week on his intro, I think it's hysterical. The crowd still doesn't know how to react to him, which I find is hysterical. There were some pretty funny moments in this match. We got some "Let's Go Jobber" chants.
Oh, wow.
It's already obvious who's going to win. I gave this match an F, which is our Ascension rating.
Ooh.
Samson's song was interesting, but the crowd is cheering more for Zach Evans, the jobber, than Samson. Samson was better when he just wandered. Go back to what you do best, man. Interrupt, motherfuckers.
Waiting for him to do that during a match or something.
That's what I'm waiting for, because that would be hysterical. Next up, we have the Samoa Joe promo. Of course, as you know, there was the three-way battle, triple threat between Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe, and Finn Balor.
Mhm.
So this was a precursor leading up. Joe's watching Balor come out. Joe claims he knows Balor. Obviously, he knows him from when they were both in NXT. So obviously, Bray Wyatt interrupts with a beautiful, beautiful promo. Wyatt's mesmerizing. I love his style. I don't care if he's a heel. I don't care if he's a face. I don't even care if he's a tweener. The man is a wizard on the mic. He has my attention. Gave this.
And to think like what he used to be, Husky Harris.
I know, right?
And he went from that Husky Harris to what you see now. It's just crazy. But I'll go ahead and continue.
No worries, I'm getting flooded with messages. Notifications off. How do I leave this thing? Sorry, there it
Technical
goes.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Delete. Alright, now Skype won't be blowing up. But I gave this match a C+, which is our Heath Slater free agent rating. I love
that rating.
I do too.
Love that rating.
I hate giving it too, because like I feel it's so low, but it's so good. The pros were Bray Wyatt saves this promo from Joe's poor mic skills. Samoa Joe is uninteresting, and I don't see him lasting very long. He's a one-trick pony who needs to be turned into glue.
Wow, that's kind of harsh there, but.
And then next up, we lead right into Wyatt, Joe, and Balor's match. Wyatt playing mind games with Finn was fun to watch. Wyatt's suplexes Joe and Finn. Like he had it was Samoa Joe. He had Finn up on the ropes and the turnbuckle, and somehow Wyatt got sandwiched in between that mayhem and the corner turnpost. And Wyatt somehow comes to his senses, takes Samoa Joe and suplexes him while Joe's got a hold of Finn Balor and just throws him into the ring, and it's phenomenal.
And we ain't talking about AJ Styles here because he's on SmackDown. We're not getting there yet.
I know. Oh, and there's a cat behind me. Say hello, Batman.
Hello, Batman. Special guest, Batman.
I know, he needs his own tag, like the magical back scratcher of yore. Finn flies over the top rope at Wyatt and Joe. That's always fun for me to watch because I just love watching Finn Balor like fly. He's like a new age Neville when it comes to acrobatics. And the ending was terrible. It was dusty for me. I hated it. Samoa Joe steals it from Finn. What happened was Finn got the coup de grace on Bray Wyatt. Looks like he was going in for the pin. Samoa Joe slips in there, pulls Finn, throws him out of the ring. Like he slid, hit the turnbuckle, and fell off the apron. It was really weird to watch.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, after that, I was
all in all, Joe was the one.
Joe was the one that won it. I gave this a B plus. A B plus. I know, right? Which is our Shield rating, my favorite ever. Our pros is Wyatt and Balor look phenomenal. The back and forth in action was tense. Getting "this is awesome" chants from the crowd. Balor putting a boot to Joe's face while he had Wyatt in the Cochina clutch was everyone's feeling about that move. The cons is Samoa Joe is dull and boring throughout this match. Joe steals the win from Balor, and no one cares he won because they're more appalled that Balor lost. Take Joe out of this match, and it would have been an A+ match, hands down.
Right.
Next up, we got Seth Rollins' promo. He was going up against Roman Reigns. This was the main event that night. Yep, it was. I had to think about that. I was like, wait a minute. Seth Rollins says he owns Roman Reigns. Crowd boos that, obviously. Yeah, they reacted poorly towards Seth Rollins, who was a face, when he said he owns him. That just, for me, it was hysterical. And then he said he's going to change history again, which I love Seth Rollins. I think he's fantastic. So I'd love to see him change history again. I gave this grade a solid A, which is our Stone Cold Steve Austin rating.
Yeah.
Pros, Seth mentions the Shield. He mentions his history with Roman, says it's not personal when he wins tonight. Will there be a Shield reunion?
Only time will tell.
Exactly.
Only
My
time
cons
will tell.
is I don't really see any cons except for the fact that the segment was too short. I wanted to see Seth expand a little bit more on the history between him and Roman, but that was just my personal opinion. I thought it was a little too short. Could have been improved by lengthening it, but can't argue with results.
Right.
Next up, we have our first cruiserweight match of the night. Noam Dar and Alicia Fox versus Rich Swann and Sasha Banks.
Okay.
Sasha looks fantastic walking into the ring with Swann. Why the hell is Rich Swann involved in this storyline? I don't know. I think Sasha just found, hey, you with the face. Yeah, you, come with me.
Well, here's the funny thing. What makes this funny is that I don't know why they brought Rich Swann into it, because Cedric Alexander came back.
Mm-hmm.
And Cedric Alexander was in a feud with Noam Dar because of Alicia Fox.
Exactly,
So,
and Combs even touched on that, asking why the hell Rich Swann was involved, and they even mentioned that Rich Swann stole Alicia Fox from
Cedric Alexander.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
See, I know a lot of people don't see much of the cruiserweights, but I do. You know, I do know most of the names. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird that Rich Swann has returned and he goes into this feud where it should really be Cedric Alexander, but I guess because there was one time when he said that between him and Alicia was over, so that's what I'm guessing. But I don't know. It's up in the air for me.
I don't know. Maybe it's bad planning on WWE Creative, but Swann looks amazing. He moves flawlessly. He's a joy to watch in the ring. I think he's fantastic. I remember when they were talking about the lead up to the Cruiserweight Classic. I remember watching all those matches, and Rich Swann always stuck out in my mind as one of those. He was one of the front runners. I always thought he was fun to watch. His dance moves after the matches were always fun to watch. So
and he has a catchy tune too. Can you hear it?
Yes!
Can you handle it? Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of the Funkadactyls tune.
I know, right?
Swann picks up the win. Sasha wrecks the fuck out of Alicia Fox, and it is fucking funny. Oh my god. So Alicia Fox is getting ready to distract Rich Swann, and Sasha comes out of nowhere and yanks her from the apron. Oh, so funny.
Oh god.
But grade on this one is a D+, which is our Enzo and Cass rating. The pros on this is Swann never ceases to entertain. Sasha dances with Swann after he wins. It was funny to watch. Cons, Dar and Fox are not believable as a couple.
No.
Dar gets more boring by the week.
No, and he's supposed to be really good. He was supposed to be really good in the indies, you know?
And he's just like, it's just a hogwash with him.
Yeah.
And then we have the promo with the Revival. Dash and Dawson were back. Of course, we know that poor Dash has his jaw wired shut still.
Oh, that's right. He had a broken jaw.
And he should be coming back fairly soon, as what they revealed. Who the fuck cares about these guys? They've been out. They haven't done anything relevant. I didn't even care about them.
Yeah, most of them was. Yeah, I know. Most of it's like in NXT.
It's just like they were cool in NXT, but they've done nothing really there either. Yeah.
I don't know.
But the Revival were at Raw last week, and they were trying to pin and say that the suspicions that Dash and Dawson were the ones that jumped Enzo.
Right.
And then Dash and Dawson were talking about they were the top guys. And my reaction to that is, top guys? Really, guys? Really?
Yeah.
My grade for this is an F, which is our Ascension rating.
That's funny.
I know, right? Pros
Another team that did great in NXT, and then
and just flubs and fucking main roster. Except for the one bright glimmer of hope they had when they were paired with Stardust as his lackeys. That was the only thing that like did it for me. Pros for this is it furthers the who beat up Enzo Amore bit. Cons boring as hell, and honestly, Raw is better off with them on injury.
Right.
And then it goes back to the comms table. Corey Graves comes back, sits back down, and they're all trying to gauge him and see what the hell's going on.
Right.
Big Cass comes barreling out of nowhere and confronts Corey Graves. Did Big Cass do it? That's one of the questions was asked. And why are they pushing Corey Graves so hard this week? He's not even that interesting. I think his tattoos are more interesting than his personality.
And he can't wrestle anymore because he has an injury that permanently prevents him from wrestling.
A la Daniel Bryan.
A la Daniel Bryan, yeah. That's why he's a commentator. You know?
And I prefer if he sticks to the commentator. When it comes to commentary, he's actually a decent commentator. When it comes to like on-screen persona, that boy ain't got it.
Oh wow.
I didn't even grade that because it was so short. It didn't really need a grade. If I had to, I'd say it was a D+, which is an Enzo and Cass, just because there's
and so see, I'm the one catching up with this. It's an Enzo and Cass. It's an Enzo and Cass grade, and so fitting because there was Big Cass.
Exactly. Next up, we had a shocker of a match. We had Kalisto versus Titus O'Neil.
Oh boy! Again with the Titus brand.
I know, but wait, Titus O'Neil is actually going to be in the ring. I haven't been this excited since Titus ragged on Enzo Amore's dance moves a couple weeks ago. Okay. I really like Kalisto's new music. I think it fits him really well. It's kind of a pickup of the old Lucha Dragons theme, which I think works perfectly. Finally, he doesn't dress like a Power Ranger. Thank God. Kalisto still he's a dynamo. Like that boy, he moves, and it's scary. He's got the moves like Jagger almost. Apollo Crews wasn't impressed with Titus's win. You could tell that he was kind of like, whoa, bro, this is not my cup of tea. Is there a possible rivalry in the future? We will see. As far as this grade goes, I gave it a Baron Corbin, which is our C-. Kalisto looks fantastic. Titus always plays the great heel when he's supposed to. Apollo is coming to his senses in a sense. Cons, the cheap win that O'Neil got on Kalisto, and both guys deserve better than that, in my opinion.
Right.
And then we come to, oh god. We have Alexa Bliss's presents Bailey, This Is Your Life.
Oh boy, I think I heard about this one.
Oh god, it was a train wreck. Like,
all right, who did Alexa Bliss bring out?
Well, first off, she comes out and starts talking about Bailey, obviously, and she calls her everyone's favorite sock puppet.
Okay.
And then she's got all these things lined up on a table, like little artifacts of little Bailey trinkets. She got a trophy for best in sportsmanship.
Right.
In high school, she was voted most likely to apologize. And then she brought out Bailey's 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Flapper. And Mrs. Flapper says Bailey always sat in the front row next to her father because she cried when her dad wasn't there.
What?
A little contrived. And then we have ex-BFF Tracy Javelina, who says they aren't friends anymore because Bailey wanted to watch Raw and SmackDown instead of hang out at the mall. That sounds like Bailey because that's Bailey's dream. It was her dream to be a wrestler.
I'm guessing these are actors.
I'm assuming they were actors because they did a shitty job of acting. And then we have Bailey's ex-boyfriend, Phil Johnson.
Who?
He said, yeah, exactly. Who?
All right, I'm going to Wikipedia Bailey, see if she...
And then he said dating Bailey was weird. She brought her dad everywhere, only dated to Bailey did get close to Tracy, and then the quote-unquote Tracy girl was like, really? And then they proceed to, like, suck each other's face on stage.
Oh my god.
Bailey comes out, they ensue with fighting. Like, Bailey was clobbering the fucking shit out of Alexa Bliss. I was like, yeah! Yeah! And they had the kendo stick on a pole. Bailey was going to go for it. Alexa Bliss caught her, and then shows that she had a kendo stick hiding under the table and proceeded to beat Bailey with it. As far as this grade goes, I'm giving it a Sheamus and Cesaro. That's a D. It was comical for a little bit. Phil and Tracy thing was a little contrived. Bailey was ready to beat the piss out of Bliss. And the cons were Bailey's stooping to, not Bailey, but Bliss is stooping to new levels of low, and also beating Bailey with a kendo stick that was hidden is kind of getting to be old news.
I know, right? I mean, I know they're trying to. What do I say? I know they're trying to hype up Alexa Bliss as this evil heel, but it's really getting redundant.
Yeah, and I hate hearing and saying that, because, like, I completely agree with you. Don't get me wrong, she's a fantastic heel, but when it comes to actual, like, them motivating her more again, it's getting to be old news, and I hate that because she plays a great heel. And then, oh lord, here we go. Enzo gets beat up again.
Surprise, surprise!
I know, right?
Why are they doing this?
And Cass is getting angrier at the attacks. It's obvious what's going on. The revival was seen again, but Kurt Angle says they had left, and Cass says, "Oh, well, couldn't they have come back?" Yada yada yada.
Yada. And we're actually going to talk about that later on, because I do have a news report about that. So that's that's coming up a little bit.
Exactly. And then this garnered a D- on my meter. The pros, which is our League of Nations grading, if you didn't know, the pros were nothing. The cons were boring and not really answering any questions. And once again, the ambulance and the paramedics are shitty actors. And next up, we have a fun. Oh, this match was fun, in my opinion. It was probably my favorite cruiserweight match of since, like, the past couple weeks, not days. My days are blurring together. I apologize, folks. We have Austin Aries and gentleman Jack Gallagher versus TJP and Neville. Jack Gallagher is obviously becoming a fast fan favorite. I'm loving him every time I see him. He looks like Ned Flanders, but he can go in the ring.
I will still love the fact that you think he's
he
Ned
looks
Flanders.
like Ned Flanders.
Okay, I'm going to talk to my production team. Maybe not right now because she's in the middle of something, but I'll ask her in a minute. That you insist that Jack Gallagher looks like Ned Flanders.
Oakley dokley, you do that. But TJP is getting more arrogant as time goes on. He's kind of getting stale to watch for me. Jack Gallagher is looking great. He's using acrobatics like he was doing things in the ring I didn't think was possible. Neville retreats from Aries, which was really interesting. Neville's looking really boring. Aries has a really strong showing. I'm very excited to see what happens at Extreme Rules. Gallagher giving TJP a taste of his own medicine was fantastic. The last chancery made Neville fucking tap for the win.
All right.
With a grade of A, which is our Stone Cold Steve Austin rating. Pros, Aries and Gallagher look amazing. Tons of action. Neville taps. I'm okay with this. Cons, TJP is getting more arrogant. Neville is still a piss poor heel. You heard it here first. We have our first A rating for a cruiserweight match, folks.
Wow.
Yay.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I know.
an A Stone Cold Steve Austin for the cruiserweights.
I know.
Because
It was almost. There was a couple spots.
Yeah,
where
what was like the couple of what about the couple of weeks? Like you've been given like what, B's, C's, I guess.
Yeah, but they showed out this time. Like I was so
Nice.
impressed. I was like, all right, guys, all right, I see what you're offering. You know what they need to do? Put fucking Kalisto in the cruiserweights. That'll knock some heads.
No, definitely.
And then you're gonna be so proud of me for this one. Actually, the production on your side is gonna be happy with this. Roman Reigns' promo. We all know that I like Roman Reigns, but I also love to hate Roman Reigns because they need to turn him heel already.
Right.
So this promo was actually a really big breath of fresh air for me.
Okay.
First off, it comes in and Roman Reigns is in a man bun. A man bun!
Hey, babe.
What?
Roman Reigns was in a man bun on Monday night.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
Reigns is getting more pop during this promo than I've heard in a while. I was stunned.
Are you absolutely sure it's not the man bun?
I'm pretty sure that it was himself. And he says that nobody owns him. And that's where it sold me. And he got the cheers that I was looking for. This grade is going to like stump the shit out of you, Vic.
Okay.
I gave that motherfucker an A. A Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Whoa. It's a Stone Cold Steve Austin? On a Roman Reigns promo.
Yep, and I'll tell you why.
Wow.
The pros on this is Roman was amazing on mic. He's improved so much. This was the perfect promo for him, and the crowd got into it as well. There was no cons to report. None.
I'm surprised you didn't give it an A+. I'm surprised you didn't give it The Rock, which would have been fun.
I almost did. I had to resist. My only thing was, like, I wanted to see more man bun, to be honest. It was a beautiful man bun. I thought it was a nice man bun.
All right, well, let's hear that for Roman Reigns here. Getting an A for a promo, that's unheard of in this show.
Especially coming from me, because like that never happens in the history of ever, unless he's like in the Shield or in a tag team with Seth Rollins.
God. Let's give it up.
And then right after we follow that.
She's by there now. Go ahead.
After that, we follow that up with the Neville aftermath of that match. He grunts and walks away. Literally, he grunts. He goes, ah, and walks away. I gave this an Ascension rating of an F. The pros, it cut to the chase, showing that he was upset. Cons, I've seen Neville's mic skills, and he didn't deserve that, even though he's got a shitty heel gimmick right now. Neville deserves better than that.
I know, he does. And your cat is cleaning himself on live television.
Batman!
He is cleaning himself on live television. Oh my God.
Say hello to Batman.
Hello, Batman. I'm Batman.
He is Batman. Dispensing his farts of justice. Anyways.
I was like, but that was just funny. It was like, we're trying to be serious. You're like saying everything, and he's like you said, do it again, and he's just cleaning himself because I saw his leg up.
Yeah, that is Batman for you. He is dispensing his justice. Next up after this, it's a Goldust promo. So he obviously goes more into depth. There's not much to say here as far as anything. I gave it a B+, which is our Shield rating. Pros is Goldust gets right to the point and says the Golden Truth will not have a happy ending. Cons is the Golden Truth is breaking up. And then R-Truth gets and like mimics Goldust's theme with like the movie production theater.
Right.
But the music sounds like 70s porn music.
Well, give it time, because I did see that segment on YouTube, and you know what R-Truth was trying to do there was just basically, like you said, he was mimicking Goldust, where Goldust was going through the golden age of movies. R-Truth, on the other hand, he went through like this, we had the 70s and the 70s black movies like Shaft and Pulp Fiction and all that kind of stuff.
The black exploitation films, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that, but still, 70s porn music.
Because that's what they did in those black exploitation films back in the 70s. That's the kind of music that was on there.
And so he goes on this diatribe, and my favorite line out of this was, "I'm a bad mother, shut your mouth."
From Shaft, yeah.
Yes. And R-Truth's mic skills, though. His mic skills, bro. I can't even. I gave this an A-, which is our Sting rating. Woo!
Woo! Ah!
Pros: R-Truth's mic skills are on point.
Yep.
Cons: still, the Golden Age is breaking up. I mean, the Golden Truth is breaking up.
The Golden Age.
I'm mad about this.
The Golden Truth is breaking up, and that 70s porno music.
That's about it. Yeah.
You know, that cat Shaft was one bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Shaft.
All right. And after that, we have our main event, which is Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins. Mixed reaction from the crowd for both people. Rollins showing that he's still got the agility of a fucking cat. Even my cat was cheering for him. Reigns is looking like a powerhouse. They played him really nicely. Lots of back and forth, lots of action. Reigns Superman punches the shit out of Seth Rollins in midair. Like, Seth Rollins was going for some sort of maneuver off the top rope, and Reigns caught him dead smack with a Superman punch as he's in midair. Wow. It is so beautiful.
Damn.
They got "This is awesome" chants, which I was very happy.
Nice. All right.
Reigns kicks out the blockbuster and the frog splash. And then we've got "Let's go Roman sucks" chants. Roman Reigns wins, and the crowd goes crazy with pop. He got tons of pop, really? And I was excited for this. And you're going to be so proud of me for this one, too.
I will, but any boos at least? I mean...
There was some scattered ones, but the pop overpowered the boos. I was so thrilled to hear that.
Wow, that was good. All right.
And you're going to die when you hear what grade I gave this one.
Oh, my God.
And the grade for this match, ladies and gentlemen, is a "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" That's an A+.
Wow. Nice. Because that's the one thing I was worried about. Was like, nobody had an A+ throughout the entire show.
But no, Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins, that they knocked it out the park. My pros were both guys look amazing. It's action packed. Reigns got popped for once. Rollins has guts doing all those aerial moves.
Oh, wow.
Cons, nothing. I have no cons. There was not a boring spot in that match. It was all action packed. It was all back and forth.
Nice.
It was no clear-cut winner until the very end, and it was a solid match. It was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Bravo, Roman Reigns. Bravo, Seth freaking Rollins. You got yourself a rock rating from me, and that's hard.
That sounds hard. Well, that's good.
And so the overall rating for my show for this week, it is, of course, a B+, which is a Shield rating. The pros are great matches for the most part, tons of action heading towards Sunday's pay-per-view, which, of course, is Extreme Rules, which is Sunday the 4th. 3 hours of mayhem for Thursday's podcast, by the way. That'll be fun.
Oh, Lord. 3 hours?
Oh, you got it, baby.
Oh, boy. We survived 2 last time, so...
And then the cons were the pretty dull promos, to be honest. Corey Graves fumbling words and his promos were shit. And that is it for Raw. Thank fucking God. But now we have SmackDown Live. But first, let's take a news break. Tell me, Vic, what is going on in the world of WWE sports entertainment and wrestling in general?
Well, I'm here, and this is what I was talking about earlier with all the attacks and stuff like that, was according to Dave Meltzer. You know who of course, everybody knows who Dave Meltzer is. You know, on his latest installment of Wrestling Observer, the WWE is planning to break up Enzo and Big Cass. So,
no!
Yeah, that's that, and of course they're using that, you know, whole big, Enzo being beat up for the past 2 weeks. And it says right here, it's like, Meltzer noted that the WWE officials feel that the angle of Enzo being attacked every week will be used to turn Cass heel in the future. So according to that report, WWE officials apparently feel like as if a turn for Big Cass can happen, seeing how, the Hardy Boys have taken that spot as the top babyface team on the Raw roster. Because you got to admit, like you said it yourself last week, Enzo is starting to become a little bit stale.
Yep. I sure did.
And it's bad. I don't want it to happen, but I'm afraid it has to, But and like I said, it's making it look like Cass is blaming other people, like he's blaming the Revival or everything else. And maybe like I said, maybe it was Cass himself, and then maybe it was Cass himself, and then he'll explain the following week or probably the same time as to why he did it. It's kind of what happened with if you remember when Nikki, I think it was, I forget what pay-per-view was, where it was supposed to be teams. It was the Survivor Series, where it was supposed to be teams, the women's Team SmackDown versus Team Raw, and Nikki Bella got attacked, and
I remember that.
And nobody knew who it was, and it's like, but then it was revealed that it was Natalya. All because of like jealousy, blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. So we don't know if it's the same thing, like because Enzo Cass might be jealous of Enzo because he's getting a little bit more. He was getting a little more popular because he was the talker, But like I said, we don't know. We don't know what creative's thinking, and they are planning on the breakup. And I trust Dave Meltzer because he knows what he's doing. So.
Well, it's sad to hear that they're breaking up because I do love Enzo and Cass. They're probably one of my favorite tag teams in a while. But I will say, Enzo Amore has gotten a little stale, and it breaks my heart because when they debuted, I thought the gimmick was the stupidest thing I ever saw. But the way they talked on mic was phenomenal. So I instantly fell in love, and they kept improving. I'm just like, yeah, I can really get behind these guys. And now they're breaking up, and Enzo's gotten stale. Big Cass is ready. It looks like they're gearing up for him to possibly have a title run.
That's possible. I mean, there was a chance where Vince McMahon. There was the one time where Vince McMahon himself, said that he liked Big Cass. He really did. So
Well, can you blame him? He's got that stereotype of loving the big, tall, burly guys that can take hits.
I still think he's bisexual because he loves these big, oily men. Look at Jinder Mahal. I'm telling you, Vince McMahon. I'm saying it. I don't care. I'm saying it. Vince McMahon is bisexual because he loves the big, oily men, big, strong, muscle, oily men.
Oh, I like big, oily women. Does that make me bisexual?
Well, yeah, go ahead. Then
you're safe, babe. You're safe.
Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Technical difficulties. We'll be right back. Shut up.
That was not technical difficulties. I'll repeat it again. You're safe, babe. You don't have to worry about Vince McMahon.
That's part of our production team over there. Our peanut gallery.
This stuff only happens on the rope shoot.
I know, right?
It's like because we do this shit live. We don't do the whole editing and stuff like that. We do this shit live.
Because we like looking like amateurs.
Pretty much.
Anyways, what else do we have to report?
We got to report Smack It Down live.
No more news?
Oh wait, do we have some new news? Oh yes, we do have some news. Another news is that we finally, and I mean finally, get to see what Brie Bella's baby Birdie Try to say that 5 times fast.
Brie
finally-
Bella's baby birdie.
We finally see what she looks like.
And she's the cutest thing in the fucking world.
That's true. That is true. She is adorable. And it was like, it was so funny where we're trying to see, we're trying to see what she looked like and everything. And everybody's like, what she looks like, what does the little baby look like? And they always had her head behind, but they finally show. And now I'm trying to find the picture of her showing little baby birdie Joe. Because I remember when she first got born, they only showed her leg, the back of her head, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I loved that Instagram post so much because it shows obviously Nikki Bella holding Birdie, and like the caption is just so emotional and it's beautiful. Like, and you can see the tears of joy that were from Nikki's eyes previously. It was just really nice to see her so. I don't even think she was wearing makeup at that point because she was so exhausted. But it was a beautiful, beautiful post, and I actually saw it on Instagram before I even realized what was going on. I was like, "Oh, is that Brie?" I was like, "Okay, cool." And I read the post. I was like, "Oh no, that's Nikki." Wait a minute. Scrolled right back up. I think we broke Vic, guys.
Anyway. No, it was just like, no, you didn't break me. I'm unbreakable. But yeah, and I'm still trying to find the picture, but by now you should all know what now little birdie looks like. So everything. Some other news. What happened is we saw Scott's. If anybody follows TNA, or in this case, Impact Wrestling. Okay, let's just call it as it is. Impact Wrestling. Scott Steiner returns. And it was during a segment when Josh Matthews was feuding with Jeremy Borash. And Jeremy, of course, had Joseph Park. If everybody knows, that's Abyss. Ever since what happened was, Decay. If you remember the tag team Decay, they already broke up because Crazy Steve has left Impact Wrestling. He's gone. Like, he left on his own. Of course, Rosemary is their current Impact Wrestling women's champion, so she's focusing on that. And of course, Abyss. There's nothing else for Abyss. Well, what's so funny?
I just realized we've been doing this entire podcast for almost an hour, and you had my overlay on your screen the entire time.
What? God damn it! Wow. Today I'm not Victor Slake. Today I'm Bunny Von Terror.
Oh shit, that was good.
It's better now, right?
Yeah, it's better.
Only on the rope shoot. Really, only on the rope shoot are you gonna see this fuck ups. Okay, we're you think we would know by now by the 5th episode? Do you think we would have it packed down? No.
Never.
Thank you for almost an hour of doing the podcast.
I
just realized that I had the wrong overlay.
I didn't even realize it until I was looking down real quick because I went to grab my bottle of water, looked up, and I noticed that my name was on your screen.
Huh?
So what's the overlay you did?
I had bunnies.
So you had Bunny Von Terror too. Wow, I didn't realize that y'all were
Twinsies.
Twins. We're twins. Apparently, we're twins. With the
Twin
same name.
magic.
I love you.
Me too. Say hi to the audience, all 2 of them.
Hi, everybody. Meet Bunny and Bunny.
We haven't even gotten to SmackDown yet.
I
haven't gotten to SmackDown yet. Yes.
Opening mouth and inserting full leg. You know that, right?
Yes, I do. We just finished with Raw. We just finished with the news.
And I
We
had to
haven't-
do SmackDown, and I still don't have the composure. Okay.
All right.
Now that my face is all red now. Oh, God.
All right.
That's karma.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to WoW and try to,
Yeah, you do that. You do that.
Oh my God, my face is so
While the whole
red.
people call me Bunny Von Terror for the next hour.
I know, right? All right, moving right along, we've got our final segment of the evening. We've got SmackDown. All right, show opener went off with a bang. It was each of our women's contenders talking about how they're going to win. Charlotte Flair talking about she's genetically better, and that's why she'll win. Carmella flops on her face. Natalya looks gorgeous in this. Her ring gear looks so great. Becky Lynch is just simply adorable. And Tamina's got mic skills. What?
Wow.
Grade on this was an A-, which is our Sting rating.
Woo! You're starting to sound like Ric Flair.
I know.
That's supposed to be. Ah! That's what's supposed to be. That's what's supposed to be.
Woo!
You do the woo with Ric Flair.
Woo! Anyways, pros on this. It's nice to have an opening that the ladies are talking about their match. Tamina's mic skills are like, whoa! Cons, Carmella is officially the laughing stock of the women's division, and her having Ellsworth doesn't help her cause.
Trying to say that, I was like, look who she has as a manager.
Yeah. We start off with a bang. Kevin Owens highlight reel. Kevin Owens is still the greatest heel in recent history, in my honest opinion. AJ Styles chants happen. Money in the Bank briefcase is blue. Why? I understand it's on SmackDown. Keep the motherfucker gold. Shinsuke Nakamura is the guest for the evening. Still has great pop despite boring match at Backlash. Kevin Owens says a great thing. We all know that's Shinsuke Nakamura. He's got a talent for having great facial expressions and dancing in the ring. And Kevin Owens says, this is not America's Got Talent, and I'm sick of your stupid little dancing. Thought that was brilliant. Baron Corbin interrupts. Corbin's mic skills are actually getting better. I was really impressed. At one point in this promo, Kevin Owens says, you need to respect me. I am a champion. And Corbin comes out and says, I need to respect your authority. All right, Cartman. He calls Kevin Owens Cartman. It was gold.
Yeah, because AJ Styles called him the WWE version of Eric Cartman.
I thought it was gold. I was like really shocked. I thought it was a hysterical moment for Corbin.
Yeah.
Nakamura's skills are on the mic are decent considering he's not a native English speaker. Had a little hard time keeping up with him, but what I did catch, it was pure gold. I thought it was good.
You should respect my authority.
Shut up, Bonnie Von Terror. Corbin and Owens are beating up Nakamura. Sami Zayn comes in and saves Nakamura's ass. Zayn is making a match. I gave this a A, which is our Stone Cold. Corbin's mic skills are getting better and better. Owens does what he does best. Zayn showing up to save Nakamura is brilliant. Nakamura's mic skills are pretty decent. The cons was the segment was a little long-winded. Match is Zayn and Nakamura versus Corbin and Owens. Nakamura looking amazing in this match. Finally, you see him do something. He's living up to his hype. I was so excited during this match. Zayn is still agile and looking strong. Nakamura and Zayn win it. I was very happy for that. B+ is my grade. It's a shield rating. Pros, Nakamura and Zayn are a great pairing together. And Nakamura finally lives up to his legend. Bravo, motherfucker. Cons, Corbin and Owens can't hold it together. Middle section was kind of draw, but you know how that goes. The Uso promo. Oh my fucking god! Can we talk about the Uso promo?
Yeah, let's
No.
talk about the Uso promo.
I'm not a fan of their music. First off, I like
I
the
like it.
I like it better when it was the whole hand clapping thing and then
Oh, the see the
I'm
top?
on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
actually like it because it fits their persona right now.
It does fit their persona. I will give you that. I'm just not. I like the face music better, in my honest opinion. Oh my god! The new they come home to SmackDown. Woo!
Don't you dare be sour.
Sawa, clap
for your longest reigning. We're trying to do it at the same time, apparently, because I'm blaming on Tara. Yeah, it's not working.
And then the
longest reigning tag team champions and feel the power.
But yes, the New Day have finally come home to SmackDown. I am so excited for this. Uso Penitentiary, what? Old Yeller style, ouch.
I know, right?
Xavier Woods is a fucking fool on the mic. I love that man. And of course, it's in his hometown, so of course he's going to get it. And then, New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Great for this is an A+. The Rock. Pros. New Day is back, baby. Cons. The Usos music and the Uso Penitentiary. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you know what? I don't care. The New Day is back.
Yes.
Are going against the Usos for the tag team titles at Money in the Bank.
Oh, nice.
And then we go to the Fashion Files.
Oh, love
favorite.
My favorite, the Fashion File.
It had a very slick back, like 20s film noir feel about it. Fandango making fashion jokes is fucking hysterical. Sweet Richard Simmons, what is this? Is a line that was said by Fandango, and I thought it was hysterical. Breeze is hysterical. Comedy Gold. For this, I gave it a C. It was a Neville rating. It was still funny and kept up the laughs, but who is their next case? And cons, this one is a little slow, not as fun as the others, but you know what? They've been doing it a while.
Yeah.
They're probably running out of material now that the Usos are no longer their target. Yeah. Next up, we have a huge thing. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus
Flair
versus Carmella with James Ellsworth versus Natalya versus Tamina.
Oh, wow.
Charlotte Flair looks gorgeous. I'm loving that new ring gear she's got. Mm-hmm. James Ellsworth looking even stupider than normal.
I love it. No, I love. Let me stop you there. I just love your things like Charlotte Flair. She looks absolutely gorgeous, and now James Ellsworth looks stupider than ever. It's like compare and contrast. It's just funny.
Lecky Lynch is still getting great pop. I'm excited because you know me. I'm a huge Becky Lynch stan.
Oh yeah, me too.
They didn't do her hair in a foghorn leghorn thing. I'm happy they put her back in her regular ring gear.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, the steampunk. I love the steampunk.
The ref can't get control of the girls. This match wasn't even started, and they were already whooping ass.
Yeah.
Charlotte flips over the top, looking agile as hell. Natty goes through a table thanks to Charlotte.
Cool. I saw.
Holy shit chance happened, bro.
Yes.
When have you seen that in a women's match lately?
Never.
Chain of Matt comes out, and we have history. This is the first time this has ever been announced. We have a women's Money in the Bank ladder match for #1 contendership.
Wow.
I gave this segment, even though it was not a real match, I gave it an A+, which is a rock rating. Pros, everyone looks strong, tons of action. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. That's good.
The only cons I have is James Ellsworth and Carmella are looking weaker and weaker each week. I don't know what they're going to do. I really think they're starting to bury Carmella.
They have to, yeah.
Next up, we have Breezango.
Let me say this quickly. I just think that she shouldn't have been brought up, to be honest with you. I mean, she was okay at first, but then it's just Ever
I
since,
just don't think they know how to utilize her. When she was a
No.
face, she was phenomenal.
yeah,
The feud that she had with Nikki Bella was phenomenal. After that,
just that, especially when James Ellsworth came into the picture.
oh my god, don't even. Cha. But next up, we have Breezango versus the Colognes, Primo and Epico. How many gimmick changes are Primo and Epico going to go through before WWE realizes that they're not going anywhere anymore?
Let's say they were they were just cousins before when they first
Yeah.
started. Then they became Matador.
The Matador, Los Matadores.
Los Matadores were the
And
Matadors.
then they were the Rising
fighters.
Stars.
The Shining Stars. They were pretty
Yeah.
much. They were pretty much. I can't say travel agents, but timeshare like salesmen. I guess I don't know.
I honestly don't know where they're going with that.
Well-
I don't think it's
Well,
going anywhere.
The only fun thing about it is I don't need timeshare in Puerto Rico because I'm being half Puerto Rican. I've already been to that island before. I have family down there, so for something like that, for me, it's just. And now they're back to the Colognes.
And it's confusing. Like, they've been out of action for a while. Honestly, the matchup was all right. It's apparent that Breezango is going to win due to the fact that the Colognes haven't been around on screen for a while, and they didn't give him much of it. They didn't even give him an entrance.
No, I like the mop though.
the mop
thing with
makes
the
a comeback.
The thing with the mop that was funny,
Tyler
and the water
brings
and the water pistols.
Yeah, the water pistols and the mop come
No.
back.
Well, here's the funny thing. Wouldn't have they gotten disqualified for using the water pistols?
You know what? I don't even think that counts because they didn't beat him with the water pistols. They just shot him, and it's just water.
Okay.
That'd be like disqualifying Triple H back in his game thing for like throwing water on his opponents with his hair.
That's true. You maybe you're right.
Tyler Breeze brings back the janitor. Breezango obviously pulls off the win here. We got a C-, which is our Baron Corbin. Breezango looks great, keeps up the comedy. Cons, the Colognes' inconsistency with their gimmicks. Will they ever settle on one and keep it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Then we have up next is a AJ Styles promo. Is it just me or is Renee Young looking slimmer in the face? Have you lost weight, Sugar Cup? Dolph Ziggler interrupts. Ziggler's mic skills never cease to impress me. I've always been a fan of somewhat Dolph Ziggler, except for when he was Vicky Guerrero. No thanks.
No.
He calls AJ Styles P1, which I thought was hysterical.
Well, that's called the phenomenal one.
I know, but I thought it was funny when he called him P1. Like, really, bro? Why don't you just call him AJ? Yeah. And then Renee at the end of the match looks just utterly confused. I gave this a C- for a Baron Corbin. Pros, Dolph's mic skills are glorious. AJ plays scared pretty well. Cons, Renee Young looks confused. Boring promo that's going to lead up to the main event. Next up is the Randy Orton promo, which was his reaction to Jinder Mahal winning. Randy Orton's been in the WWE for 17 fucking years. Holy shit.
Wow.
Holy shit. That would make me let's see, I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
Math with me here. I was 12 when he debuted.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's talking about the American way. Jinder Mahal, I love this line when he was talking about all the greats and talking about his dad.
Well, here's the funny thing. He's only 7 years older than you.
That's so crazy.
He's 37. He's only 37. Which means, like I said, he started. How long he's been? 17 years.
Yeah.
So he started when he was 20.
Yeah. That's insane.
That is
he still looks great in the ring. I'll give him that. But he says this about Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal has earned a good old Orton American family ass whooping, and I loved it. The crowd went fucking nuts when he said it too.
All right.
Mahal interrupts, but he doesn't show. Instead, he's behind the screen and not being a fighting champion. USA chants end the segment. I gave this one.
And of course, he had the Indian flag in the back too, with the Singh brothers. Sorry about that.
Of course, this was a B+ rating, which is our Shield rating. Orton looks great. Still got it on the mic. Mahal's not a fighting champion, is hiding behind a screen. I was not thrilled by this. Next up, we've got our main event, which is Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles. AJ Styles looking a lot better than he did at Backlash as far as his knees concerned. Thank God for that. I don't want him missing another phenomenal forearm. That broke my heart. Ziggler's playing dirty. I'm not sure if I like this.
Well, he's a heel, so, you know.
I know, but I don't know. AJ was dominating this match. The ref, oh my God, there was a segment in this. There was a part in this match where the ref slid to count a pin. He slid so fast, he could have slid all the way out of the ring. It was so funny.
I got to see. Oh man,
there was tons of action back and forth for this match. Ziggler pulls away. It was a very dusty finish. The grade on this was a Hulk Hogan, which is our B. Tons of action. Both guys look great. Styles had a better showing and still lost. That was my only con. Overall for SmackDown, it looks like we have a grade overall of B, which is our Hulk Hogan. Wait, yes. Our pros is New Day Rocks. Decent matches. Nakamura is finally coming alive for me. I am so thrilled because I've heard so much stuff about him. He's been known for being this phenomenal guy, but his showing at Backlash was shit, in my opinion. Thank you for pairing him with Zayn. They are beautiful together.
There you go.
My only con for this, the promos were decent, but they were too long-winded.
Yeah.
Otherwise, great. It was a great week in wrestling, and I was happy to watch it.
That's good. So, and that's it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, just wraps it up for the podcast. Well, yeah, for the podcast, for the Rope Shoot podcast. So, you got just remember to follow us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. And also, please be a patron. Please support us on Patreon. Yes, be a patron for us, and we'll, like I said, $10 would give you behind the scenes stuff on the Rope Shoot.
Yeah.
So, and don't forget, we have Extreme Rules coming this Sunday, June 4th.
Damn right.
So we'll be expecting that, and of course we have Money in the Bank coming June 18th.
Yep.
So, put that in your calendars as well. So until then, like I said, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, become a patron on our Patreon. We'll have all the links and description in the description. So until then, this is Vic the Slick, not Bunny Von Terror, even though that's what the other overlay said.
Vic the Slick, a.k.a. not Bunny Von Terror.
And, of course, the real Bunny Von Terror. And, Bunny, what do we always say?
On behalf of Vic the Slick and myself and the Rope Shoot podcast, good night and good fights.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.